Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video if I have time, but I really wanted to come on because I showed this box of goodies from Chanel's Les Beiges collection the other day, yesterday actually, on Instagram, and quite a few of you said please do a review. And despite the things that I'll talk about later that have kind of put me off being on YouTube recently, I woke up this morning and just felt like putting something out there. So here it is. I have opened these items before, so this is a bit of a false unboxing in that sense, but I haven't used any of the items yet, so this is absolutely let's look at first impressions, not how they work out when I've actually had a chance to use them. So I left them in the box because I wanted to show you how beautifully some purchases from the Chanel makeup range come boxed when you order off the website in certainly the UK. I don't know if it's the same in the States. I've always been a fan of going along to the pop-up makeup specialist boutiques to buy, and I used to have very good service at Covent Garden in London. More recently, less good, and I've also been going to the St Pancras International pop-up. Well, it's not a pop-up, it's a permanent makeup only Chanel, makeup and perfume only Chanel boutique. But I have to say, although it's very convenient for me physically to go in there, I don't feel I get a particularly good service. I spend a lot of money there. They're very stingy with samples. They don't package anything like this. You just get it in a paper bag, and generally I feel they're fairly dismissive of your custom, even when it's plainly obvious to them, because they can see your records on the computer that you spend a lot there. Maybe I don't spend a lot compared to other people, but to me it's a lot. So I wanted to show how it turns out when you buy from the website. Sorry about that long introduction. You get a really good sized box, which I really like, because these boxes are very sturdy, they look really nice, they're good for storing bits and bobs, so I really appreciate that. You only get 2 samples, whatever the size of your order. This was a reasonably big order. I think it was about 140, 150 pounds worth, so not insubstantial. But you get to pick a couple of samples, and I picked the lipstick samples, which are quite nice. I've used those before. And I always tend to get the Sublimage, because that's by far the most expensive Chanel product, face cream. I think in this instance, oh, it's so tiny, the writing. It's a serum that I've purchased, been given rather, picked. You can't pick perfume samples apart from their normal range. In other words, not Les Exclusives, which I do kind of miss, because I like to get those samples. I'm just never going to buy, to be honest, a £150 worth bottle of perfume just on the basis of trying out one spray in store. So I really think those little, samples they give that are about that big, that will allow you to try the perfume for maybe 2 or 3 days, are much better at selling the perfume to me. But they're very stingy about giving them out. So then that's how it looked when I opened the box with this. I've never seen this black it's like a false wax seal before. It's a sticker, of course. It looks a bit funereal, but I quite like it. And then this is the shot that I showed on my Instagram. Look how beautifully they've pleated all this tissue round to nest the boxes that I bought in, which I thought was lovely. So what did I get? I got 3 items. I suspect this is going to be the most controversial. This is their new Eau de Tint, Water Fresh Tint, and I bought it in the shade Light. I know that this is very, very light coverage. It's not really equivalent even to a tinted moisturiser from what I've read and seen on YouTube. There's how it looks in the bottle, all these kind of little micro beads. I have had a squirt on the back of my hand. There's a good-sized blob. when you kind of smooth it out with your fingers. It's very sheeny, as you see. Just giving really a kind of illuminating look. So I don't know whether this is going to work better as a primer than just on the face, but I haven't used it yet, so I can't really report. What also comes, which is slightly curious in the box with it, is this little Chanel brush, which I'm liking. I'm thinking I can use this as a proper foundation brush. It's quite nice and dense, really good quality. I don't know that I would want to use it for packing on that particular product, but very welcome. I love Chanel brushes, and they're very expensive if you buy them. So that was the first purchase. Then this, I have to admit, I purchased purely for the packaging. This is the Healthy Glow Sheer Powder. I already have 2 of these. These were kind of the first, I think, Les Beige products to come out. I'm guessing maybe a decade ago. It was a powder, a Belmine powder. I bought my first one in France, believe it or not, because I couldn't get the lightest shade, which I thought I needed, number 10, over here. It was sold out. When I actually went to France and looked at them, the sales assistant in Paris said, well, you don't want to be getting one that matches your skin tone. You want to be getting one that you can use as a sort of darker colour that adds definition to your face. And I actually ended up with number 30, which I still got, which I use as a very soft contour. Here's why I wanted this other one, because it's the first packaging I've ever seen that has Chanel actually written on the top of the compact. I just think that is so chic, I could not resist. So I bought it in the second to lightest, number 20. Here's what it looks like inside. And again, irresistible. It has Chanel engraved on the powder, although that's going to wear off pretty quickly if I use it. Will I use it? Who knows? Very finely milled, quite dry powder. You're not seeing the effects there. I'm going to need to play with this, but I suspect it might be slightly a collector's item for me. It's just so pretty. So I got one of those. I was tempted by the lip balm because I like their lip balms. I've got a pink one, which I wear quite a lot. Doesn't add a lot of colour, just adds a bit of definition, really moisturising. They've come out with a kind of deeper berry shade. Then, of course, like I need more eyeshadow palettes, but I cannot resist. And I really like this new layout that Lucia Pica has gone for. This is the third 9-colour palette that's come out, but this one obviously is in the Les Beige packaging, which of course is distinguished from the ordinary line, which is all black, by having this white top. Really like it. Ooh, it's that way around, sorry folks. And there you go, a selection of real neutrals, browns. I can never have enough of them. So, sorry, I'm a bit trembly today. I haven't had my coffee, and I do take medication for essential tremor, which I haven't taken this morning, so a bit shaky. Sorry about that. Should we try and swatch some of these? Oh, that's lovely and soft. Gosh, they're pigmented. There's the first 3. Applying beautifully there. Very nice consistency. I haven't even swatched these. Yeah. Those ones coming off a bit sheerer. Sorry about this. Yeah, they're not swatching quite as well, but they feel the same. Let's just try that one again. That's one of these kind of glitter shades. That's probably going to look quite pretty on the eyes, but not swatching brilliantly. Sorry, I'm a bit awkward with these swatches because the iPad screen gets in the way in my setup. So those are a bit ham-fisted, those swatches, but you get the general idea. I will do that again properly if I talk about this palette and how it works out on the eyes, but I'm loving the look of it so far. So there has been a bit of a gap in my videos. I had kind of decided to stop publishing videos about makeup, cosmetics, skincare, etc. on YouTube. I think I'd come to the conclusion that I was partly buying things, and I buy all the things that I show you, or occasionally, you know, I might get a present from a friend or whatever. I don't get given any of these items, so it's quite an expensive hobby, and I don't mind that if I'm buying the things that I would buy for myself anyway. But I had felt in the last year or so that I always get rid of items if I don't use them consistently within a couple of months of buying them, that I was doing that quite a lot, and I came to the conclusion that I was probably buying things that I wouldn't buy if I wasn't going to talk about them on here, and that seemed to me absolutely silly, and I need to stop doing it. And I kind of felt, well, that's probably putting an end to these videos. I do enjoy, you know, forming my own views about makeup that I use. I don't use a huge amount, believe it or not. I do like the whole experience of choosing and buying and trying out luxury products. But this isn't a commercial enterprise for me. I have a proper job, and I don't monetize these videos. I don't have ads. So it's all in my own time. It's all at my own cost. And you see that from the amateurish nature of the videos, which also sometimes provoke quite negative comments, which are hard to ignore. So I had decided to give up. I'm kind of undecided at the moment. I'm still thinking about it. Please don't feel that you have to influence me one way or the other, because you probably won't. I do enjoy interacting with people and getting their feedback. What will be, will be. So I guess I'm just apologising if uploads aren't remotely regular. They were very regular over Christmas, and it was a bit soul-destroying that my subscriber count dropped dramatically in that period. But I'm not going to let those sort of things influence me. I do have quite a few products that I could talk about, and maybe will do in the next few weeks, but it's really nice to put it out there today. I hope all of you are doing really well. I do appreciate your feedback, particularly your comments about products you're enjoying or recommendations, but I'm not going to sign off with my until next time. What I'm going to say is love you all, hope you're well, and enjoying whatever your own makeup hobbies are. So bye for now. Bye.